How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Indeed Gaming here. I'm in fact Mr. Indeed, and welcome to my channel. Please do like, share, and comment on this video, and we're going to get right into it. Now, this video is going to be kind of more in-depth, again, explanation on certain things about what I did for the Conqueror rework. Again, like I said, for the Warden one, I know people are going to say that Conk is fine the way he is. Please understand that I do not care. Again, the point of these are not really just because the character is bad. It's, in this case particularly, it was just because people said that he's not fun to play. So these are kind of things to kind of try to make him a funner character to play. First off, getting right into it, we're going to make him be able to feint regularly. Now, the thing that is weird to me is that people told me that it's impossible for him to feint with that type of weapon. He can't feint with that type of weapon. Not only is that just not true, like reality-wise, it's not true. Depending on how you swing it, of course. It was like, but also, it's like, I don't understand why people are okay with him not being able to feint that way, but they're okay with him being able to feint just because he put his shield in his face. Like, what is so special about him putting his shield in his face that he should all of a sudden be able to feint where he couldn't feint before? It's like, I don't understand why people are telling me that it's crazy for him to be able to feint without putting his shield in front of him. It was like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, he should be able to feint just like everybody else in the game. I appreciate them making him more unique in that way, and how he wasn't able, like feigning was different for him. I get that. That's, it's cool and everything, but no. I'm sorry, just no. He should be able to feint like everybody else. He should also be able to cancel animations with his all block stance or his down stance, just like a Jang Jun can do or a Nobushi can do. So we are going to give him the ability to do that, and that's just what I think. I think it's kind of weird people thought he shouldn't be able to do that. Moving on. Next, we are going to change his we're going to take away the all block from his zone. Now, they're going to have to speed up that first hit on the zone just so it's not just ridiculously slow. Speed it up to 500 milliseconds, nothing special, but the all block needs to be taken away. One of the things that's most annoying for me anyway when I fight Conqueror is that he can do that in the middle of my chain and completely stop my chain. It doesn't matter if it's a light or heavy, depending on what character I'm playing with. I think that's really dumb, so we're taking his all block away, definitely. Next, we are moving on. We are going to make his bash more guard break vulnerable. Now, this is also something I did with Vortiger. This is also something I did with Warlord. And now that I'm actually talking about it, to explain why I do this. The reason I take these openers being so safe away from people is because I don't want you to feel like you can just do it and be okay. I don't want you to be able to throw a shield bash with Conqueror, or headbutt with Warlord, or shield bash with Vortiger and feel like, even if, depending on who you're fighting, if you're fighting an Orochi, it's like, yeah, he may dodge light me, but it's not going to be fast enough and I'm going to be safe. So I can do it and just see how he reacts. If I hit him, I hit him. If I don't, I don't. I don't want you to feel like you're safe from being guard broken. It's like, if you're going to use an opener, I feel like that's something that should be, I feel like that's something you should take a little bit more time in thinking if you're going to use it. Like when Kyoshin came out, and his kick was way more guard break vulnerable than it is now on Whiff. It was like, whenever I used it, I had to be mindful of it. It's not something that I could just spam. And I feel like no one should feel like you can just spam your bash. And with Conqueror, with Warlord, with Vortiger, people feel like they can just spam their bash and be okay, because for the most part they will be. Will they have to make it a little faster? Sure. But I don't mind that. Now, moving on. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to give him the ability to do a light from, a double light from each side. It's like now, if you're trying to do 2 lights from the same side, the second light is really slow. I don't know why it's like that. I feel like that was something that was kind of like a mistake in the beginning, and they were gonna, come back and fix it, and they just never did. So yeah, I think they need to come back and fix that, definitely. That's not a super big deal. It's not really. I don't really feel like I need to explain anything on this. It's pretty, whatever. Moving on, we're going to be giving his dashing superior block the ability to do a unblockable heavy off of it, which is being here use the animation off of the regular superior block. Now I did get a little bit of pushback on this one here and there. For me, I don't really see the issue with giving him something like this. I feel like any character that has a dashing superior block like a Kensei or him deserve something off of it, and since we're already giving him this heavy off of a regular all block, I don't really see the issue with giving it to him off of a dashing superior block. That's just me personally. I don't really think it's going to be super powerful or breaking the game or anything like that, so I would give it to him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, though. Moving on. Now, what we want to do here is we want to give him the ability to go from his regular chain directly into his chargeable unblockable heavy. Now, as you see here, the animation isn't as smooth as personally I would like it to be. And for if you want to go from your chain directly into throwing it, I did speed it up a little bit, and they would have to do the same. But I think it's slow enough that it gives the opponent time to react, and it's not like just a regular chain heavy speed, but it's fast enough to be useful. And then we're going to get into something that's going to make that also a little bit more useful as a counter, even something you could use in ganks right here. You having the ability to switch from the unblockable heavy, soft feint it into a regular heavy, and then when you do that switch on the feint time, you're gonna have the all block ability here, or all block, kind of like Kyoshin's heavy from the Kaze stance. There we go. Kind of like the heavy from the Kaze stance, how when you like throw that attack, you then have an all block ability there. It's going to have the exact same thing, and it'll be something that, yeah, you can use in ganks. You can also use it in 1v1s, because someone could try to, just light you or zone you out of your unblockable heavy, because, like I said, the timing will be a little bit slower. Is this going to be another super duper powerful thing? Not really. Not in 1v1s anyway, but I think it'll be something that'll help the character out and make him a little bit funner to play again. And it's going to be something that is going to have a pretty wide sweeping range. So even if somebody doesn't hit the all block there when you do the switch, it's still going to be able to hit multiple people. If somebody does hit the all block, it's also going to make that heavy unblockable, so it's going to hit every enemy in the area. Going on, we're also going to give him, which the devs kind of acknowledged in their dev stream for Kyoshin, every character needs a kind of chasing move, a dash forward attack move, and Conqueror is no different, so we're going to give him a dash forward heavy. Again, something I don't really think we need to talk too much about. Lastly, we're just going to speed up the bash in chain, and that's going to be on his light and heavy. I considered taking away, or saying they should take away the wall bounce on it, but I don't really think I don't think it's too bad to let him keep it. It's a situational advantage, but it's still useful if there's not, a wall around. It's like if there's a wall around, you get the heavy. If not, you get the light, and go on into your chain. So I think that's fine to let him keep that. And this is really all I have for Conk. One of the things that I kind of realized in doing this and the first video is that Conk does have a lot of the things that funner characters have. He has an infinite chain combo. He has in-chain bashes. He has a neutral bash. He has an all block. It's like these are. He has a dashing superior block. Like these are things that a lot of funner characters to play have, and it makes me wonder if Conk is Conk a boring character, because a lot of people, like I said, told me that this character was boring, which is the reason that I did the rework video for him in the first place. They told me this character is boring, and doing the videos and looking more into the character make me wonder, is he just a boring character, or is the way that people play him boring? Like, and the people who play him boring, do they play him boring because they feel like they need to play that way? Or do they play him boring because it's just the most efficient way and all they care about is winning? Because we do have a lot of people like that, unfortunately. Like, you have the Conk mains who dash bash everything. If they can't dash bash it, they'll all block everything, or all block zone, I should say, everything, because you can do it in the middle of most people's combos. It's a really good option select. And if someone's not waiting for it or baiting it out, it's like it's probably going to work majority of the time. And then they just go into their all block stance a lot. This is how most Conquerors play. Besides that, they may randomly do the infinite light chain if they feel like the person that they're fighting can't block them, especially on like PS4, Xbox One. It was like, so I'm actually curious for people's response on that as well. Do you feel like Conk is a boring character because his moveset is boring? Or do you feel like he's a boring character because people just play him boring? I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comment section below on that one. And I will see you all in the next one. Indeed.